Hey guys, it's Coach Charles here with Fit Health here in Herndon, Virginia. Today we've got a lacrosse ball, we've got a big stick, and we've got a bar overhead here. We'll get to that in just a minute. So I want to talk to you about how you can heal your shoulders with two simple moves. And you can do this every day, and if you do it every day for, let's say, at least 2 weeks, you'll be amazed at how much better your shoulder is going to feel. So I've had lots of neck and shoulder injuries on this side of the body, and I've been forced to learn every minute detail about getting strength back in that shoulder. I'm now able to do multiple pull-ups again, so I'm feeling pretty good about the progress, and I thought I would share a few things that I've learned with you along the way. All right, so the first thing that we need to do is loosen up the muscle that attaches on the front side of your shoulder blade and attaches up into the arm, because if that muscle is too tight, and our brain will tend to make that muscle very tight when you're trying to heal your shoulder, then you can't raise your arm all the way overhead. It'll stop here maybe. So if we can loosen that muscle up, then we have a better chance of being able to pull the arm all the way overhead. And of course, for normal function of your shoulder, you should be able to move the arm all the way up overhead and straighten out your elbow. I like to think of that as getting my bicep next to my ear. If my bicep is next to my ear, I know that I've got good range of motion for my shoulder, and I can go ahead and do a serious strength workout. All right, so we're going to take this in 2 steps. The first step is simply loosening that up, and then we're going to reach up and grab the bar and put some weight on that shoulder, okay? So, I've got my stick, and I've got a hard lacrosse ball. Maybe all you have at home is a broomstick. You could use a broomstick. It'll probably hurt a little more because it's more pointed and less surface area. Maybe you only have a tennis ball, and that might be a good way to start, but if you can, get yourself a lacrosse ball because it'll do a better job. It digs a little deeper. You'll get more release. Okay, so I'm going to put that ball on top here. I'm going to hold it in place. I'm going to put my armpit right on top of that. Yeah, that's not going to feel good. Okay, and then I'm putting my weight down into it, and I can move my arm around. All right. And I want to do this for 30 seconds, 45 seconds, a minute, all the way up to 2 minutes. And you'll be amazed, because the first time you do this, you're like, I can't even do this for more than a few seconds. But after weeks of doing it, you have gotten rid of a bunch of scar tissue down in your armpit, and you're able to do it for up to, say, 2 minutes. Okay, now, so that's nice and loosened up. See how easy I'm able to put my shoulder into place? Good. Now, we're going to back up the camera, and I'm going to go ahead and hang from this bar here, and that's going to be the strengthening portion. All right, so now the camera's positioned in such a way that you can see this bar overhead here. So what we want to do to help strengthen the shoulder and increase the amount of mobility there is to put some weight onto it and just hang. All right, now, I've worked to the point where I can go ahead and hang with my full body weight. I can take my feet up off the ground and hang. But I didn't start that way. I could not put that much force onto the shoulder as it was recovering. But I knew that I needed to add a little bit of resistance. And so there's a box right in front of me here. And so I would left one foot on the ground, and then I put the other foot up on the box. And this allows me to really control, by pushing off of the box, how much weight I've got on that shoulder. Okay. So as I got a little bit stronger, I didn't need the front box at all, and I just put both feet on the ground. And as I got a little bit stronger after that, and my endurance increased in that shoulder, I started moving my feet further and further behind me, which put even more force down into the shoulder, pulling the shoulder slightly out of socket. Okay, so this is helping with mobility, and it's helping with the strengthening of the shoulder by stabilizing all of the attachment points to that shoulder. Okay, so you're going to start out by doing just a few seconds of hold, so 1001, 1002, 1003, and then kind of stop, readjust your shoulders, feel what that feels like, and try to accumulate 30 or 45 seconds the first time you do this. And then over time, you want to start building that up where you're holding for 10 seconds at a time, 20 seconds at a time, and get to a point where you can hold 30 seconds at a time, 45 seconds at a time, and then work your way up to, say, about a minute. By the time you're able to hold for a minute in place, your shoulder is really starting to heal up. Okay, and so do this day by day, week by week, and let us know how much improvement you're getting out of your shoulder, both in the ability to move it into position, but as well as to put additional force against that shoulder. So being able to lift weights or pick a box up off the ground and put it up on a higher shelf, right? You need to have full mobility out of your shoulders so you can enjoy every aspect of life. Whether you're going on vacation or just reading a book, you need to be able to have that full capability in your shoulder. Let me know if you have any questions and comments down below. See you next week.